I'm seeking pain. I want all the fucking smoke. I will get my lick back. How do you stay so disciplined? How do you stay so motivated? Here's why. I got this burning desire to prove motherfuckers wrong. They always made me feel like I wasn't good enough. You wanna know what I do? Kill them with kindness. I can't fall off. I have to stay locked in for my mom, for my dad. I'm never gonna get complacent. I'm never gonna get lazy because I know the fucking pain. I want more. What's next? I'm seeking uncomfortability. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today we got a great one. I'm gonna share with you guys everything that turned me into a motherfucking monster. Everything. I'm gonna share every single thing that turned me into the man I am today, right? I speak a lot about the list of love, the list of hate. Today I'm about to talk about that list of hate a little bit, man. Everything that fuels me, right? Y'all follow me, y'all know I'm a consistent guy, I'm a disciplined guy, I'm a motivated guguy. And a lot of people ask me like, how do you stay so consistent? How do you never fall off? How do you stay so disciplined? How do you stay so motivated? Here's why, right? Because I got this fire inside me. I got this burning desire to prove motherfuckers wrong. And I will get my lick back. I will exceed expectations, right? So without further ado, I'm gonna share everything that turned me into a motherfucking monster. Everything. I'm sharing it all today. So without further ado, man, let's get right into it. Number one, jobs. Jobs. I'm gonna be very honest. Some of the darkest times of my life have been due to a fucking job. Think about my first transformation, right? When I was losing my hair, when I was broke, when I was sleeping on the floor, I was working for this company called Maxim Healthcare. Yes, I'm saying the names of the company. I don't give a fuck. I working for a company called Maxim Healthcare, right? Dude, I was doing okay. I wasn't doing really, really good. I wasn't doing really, really bad. I was doing okay. Out of nowhere, somebody got promoted, right? Mind you, I was under an African-American man, right? So in corporate America, the black people, we stick together, right? Once you start dibbling dabbling with the other side in corporate America, it can go left. That's what happened to me, right? So somebody got promoted, right? Out of nowhere. The person that got promoted to a manager, they needed a recruiter. I was a recruiter at the time. They needed a recruiter under them. So I didn't have no say so. They just moved me, right? They said, Cry, you're under this person now. I no longer was under the black dude. As soon as I went under this new person, right? I will keep it a bug. My performance declined a little bit, but it was due to her expectations, right? She was crazy. She was tripping, right? And it got to the point I was so stressed out. I was in a dark place. I'm like, God damn, I'm losing my hair. I'm depressed. I'm unconfident. I'm working this job I hate. And it was having an effect on my life. It was having an effect on my mental health. But the reason that this is a pain for me, the reason that this turned me into a monster is, fellas, I had no control over that. I had no control over them just moving me to a different manager, right? And it got to a point I quit, right? It was so bad I quit the job. Like, it was so stressful at this time. This was when I was a little dweeb, but that shit was stressing me the fuck out, but just not having that control, right? Having it to where they just had a meeting and said, oh, we're gonna move Cry, right? I didn't have no say so. So given that they had that control, that they could just snap their fingers and move me to a different manager and move me to a different department, and there was nothing I could do about it, that fueled me. Right? Even back then, before I was in entrepreneurship, I was like, God damn, like, I got to get the fuck out of this 9 to 5. I refused to work a 9 to 5, right? That was the first situation. Then I worked for a company called GitLabs, right? Now, this company was probably the best job I've ever worked at, right? I was making at this time around $75K, right? Was the most money at this time. This is when I first bought the BMW, right? My first transformation. Everything was going really, really good, right? I don't have no complaints, right? Boom. This was a startup company. They did layoffs in January of 2022. They did layoffs. I survived the first layoff, right? They fired everybody else. Like, they fired my manager at the time and every other recruiter at the time. I was the sole recruiter for the whole company, right? Boom. So everybody that survived the first layoff, they got them on a call. They're like, hey, your job is safe. You're good to go. If it was bad, we would tell you. Like, we promise your job is safe. You're not going to get let go. That's why we did the first layoffs. You're good to go. I'm thinking I'm good. Let me tell you what they did, bro. So then I got under a new manager with this job too. But the reason I got under a new manager with this job is because they laid off my manager, right? So it's a little bit different. So I get under this new manager, right? And the whole time, for like the course of 4 weeks, Basically, I had to teach her everything I was doing because she was a different manager. She was managing a different department before the layoffs, right? So now she had to manage 2 departments. I literally taught her everything I was doing, all the systems, all the documents, all the processes. You want to know what they did? As soon as they learned what I did, they let me go. Just like that, boom. After they told me my job was safe, let me go. Just like that, to save money. That situation put me in the darkest time of my life. In that time, I don't know, I forget what year it was. It was very hard to get a job, right? I went broke. I fucked up my credit. Everything was fucked up, right? I had plans to move to Atlanta at the time, couldn't move, right? It was a fucked up time, all because they just wanted to save some money. All because they told me my job was safe, but then it was like, we know what he does now. We can let him go. We can do it. We can do it ourselves, right? That put a fire in me. That put a pain in me, right? Like this shit keep happening. Why the fuck do these jobs keep doing me like this, right? This shit was having an effect on my life, right? Then the third time, this was a little bit my fault. But what I will say, so I was acting for this company called Mindula, right? So I was making a little less than what I was making before, right? Boom. So due to that, I wasn't going as hard with the job. I'll take full accountability as a man. Y'all know me, I'm gonna take full accountability. I wasn't going as hard as the job. But the mistake I made for them to let me go was like my first offense, right? So basically, long story short, fellas, I hired somebody from a different department and didn't notify the department manager that I was hiring that person for this department, and they let me go, right? But I didn't even know I had to do that. Mind you, I'm a year in. There's no training. They just threw me into the fire, so I didn't even know I had to do that. You dig what I'm saying? But I will take accountability, right? I should have just been more diligent, more focused, but they weren't paying me as much as I wanted, so I really didn't give a fuck. So that one don't really matter that much. Then y'all got the last one. That was like 2-3 months ago, right? Man, I'll tell y'all the name of the company. I don't give a fuck. I was working for this company, Boat Farm Treehouse, right? Working 10-hour days. Oh my fucking goodness. 10 to 12-hour days. Meet the CEO, meet the co-founder. Hey, and if y'all want to go to the comments and spam them, like, why you fire Cry? I'm all for it, dog. But this is a popular company. This is a well-known company. This is a successful company, right? So I'm with them for 6 months, right? Mind you, I'm the first recruiter that they ever hired internally. Before me, they was working with a third party. So I come in, I build all the systems. I'm working 10, 12-hour days, right? I'm hiring all these departments. Mind you, this wasn't like the last situation. I was performing very, very well in this role. Like, I was doing phenomenal. Like, January was my best month, right? Boom. So y'all know the story, but long story short, they was paying me a high amount. I was making over 6 figures with this job. Boom. It got to a point where startups, they have to be careful with how much they paying people, right? So once they learned everything I was doing, long story short, they let me go, right? But it was just the way they did it. They didn't give me a heads up. They didn't say, hey, we're thinking about hiring another recruiter for less money. Nothing. These are people I met. I shook their hand, even hugged these motherfuckers, right? Had deep talks with them about shit, life shit, right? They just let me go, just like that, right? Y'all know the effect that had on my life. Literally, the day before, I don't know if it was the day before or the day after I lost that job. I officially broke it off with my ex-girlfriend. Now, me and my ex-girlfriend wasn't together since Christmas, but she moved out, I believe, the day after I lost my job or the day before. One of the two. I want to say the day after, right? So I'm like, oh shit, I just lost my job. She moving out. And mind you, I hate to even I got to give y'all the context of the situation. She moved out without telling me. She didn't tell me till 3 days before. And then she told me the day of. Now, to give you a little background, anytime me and my ex argue, we would always say, oh, I'm about to break the lease. I'm about to break the lease. So when she first told me 3 days before, I'm thinking man, shut up. You're not about to do it. But she did, right? Now, mind you, when you live with somebody and you break the lease, she didn't need my signature. She just broke it and moved out. So this is something she had been planning to do, right? When we've been broken up since Christmas. So she had been planning to move out, but she didn't tell me. It's fucked up that she didn't. I had more respect for her. I would have thought she would have, so I could prepare, right? But at the same time, she didn't know that I was going to lose my job at that time. I will say that, right? But that just put me in a fucked up spot. Damn, she just broke the lease. I got to find a new spot and I don't got a job. I was fucked up. It put a burning fire in me God damn, working these jobs, giving my all to these 9 to 5s. I was working 12-hour days and sacrificing YouTube, sacrificing my purpose, sacrificing creating a community that launched, right? For this job that let me go just like that to save some money, right? So I'm just thinking like, damn, all those weekends when I was working this fucking job, I could have been making YouTube, or I could have been working on the fucking mentorship, right? So I'm having all these thoughts on top of the breakup, right? Put me in some of the darkest times of my fucking life. Now I refuse to work another one, right? I'm blessed to not have to work one right now. I'm never gonna get comfortable. I'm never gonna get complacent. I'm never gonna get lazy because I know the fucking pain of when they let me fucking go with the snap of their fingers. And I refuse to go to that life again. I refuse to clock in. I refuse to have a motherfucker have a say so on the situation of my life, the complexity of my life. Just like that. They got full control. I didn't have no fucking control, right? I refuse. Right? I got that. I have a fire inside me. I have a drive inside me. I will never work a fucking job again. Period. Ever. I won't. Right? So even when I'm working 10 to 12-hour days now, 14-hour days now with my business, I love what I do first and foremost. And 2, I know I will never go back and fucking again working 8 hours being the middleman. Ever. I won't. I refuse. And that shit just fire me up every fucking day. Number 2, women. Yes. I know y'all was waiting on this one. Where do I fucking start? Right? In the beginning, it was mostly women putting me in the friend zone, making me feel like I wasn't good enough, right? I would really like a lot of these girls and they would say, oh, Cry, you're such a nice guy. Any woman would be lucky to have you. Well, why don't you want me? Why aren't you lucky to have me? Right? But I was so beta, I was such a dweeb that I was happy just to be their friend. I was happy just to be in their life. And I thought, okay, one day I'll be her dude. One day she'll make me her dude. And sometimes they would flirt with me. Sometimes they would leave me on. Sometimes they would send me nudes, all type of shit, bro. Right? But they never took it there with me. They always belittled me. They always made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Right? And I didn't even realize it until I got older and got hip on female nature. But that put a burning fire in my heart, in my spirit. No man wants to feel like he's good enough. No man wants to feel like you have better options. I'm the best option now with any woman now. But back then I wasn't. Right? And that shit made me feel some kind of way. That shit put a burning fire in my spirit. And even though that shit will never happen today, right? It still bothers me. And some of these women watch my videos now. Some of them watch my videos now. Some of them DM me my videos now. Good job. I love what you're doing. You want to know what I do? I kill them with kindness. I kill them with kindness, right? Yeah, baby, you on my list to hate, but I don't hate you. I thank you. You made me into a fucking monster, right? But during that time, I used to have so many overthoughts like, damn, why did this girl not want me? Like, what is it? Why does she want him and not me? Am I not good enough? What's wrong with me? These are thoughts that happen. Maybe they happen to you, right? But with these women, and it wasn't just like it was one girl that was putting me in the friend zone. It kept happening, right? Then I had women that would put me in the friend zone and fuck with my friend, fuck with my nigga, then try to come back and fuck with me. Plenty of stories. Wanted to fuck with my teammate, wanted to fuck with my nigga, knowing I liked them, right? Then venting to me about my nigga, like, oh, he did this, he did that. Like, bitch, you know I like you. Why are you talking to me about that? Then I had women that would use me, bro. I had women use me for, of course, validation and attention. I've had women use me for money, man. I remember it was this chick, man. Oh my gosh. This is when I had like 7,000 followers on Instagram. She was bad, bro. She had like 60,000 followers. Beautiful. At this time, she was the baddest chick I ever talked to, right? So I get with her. Little did I know, this is why I tell y'all be careful with 9s and 10s. 9s and 10s, they high maintenance, right? They really, unless you are 12, they really don't like you for you. They like you for what you can do for them, right? So I met this chick, right? And like, I thought she liked me, but she didn't like me. She was using me, bro. Anytime I'm with her, she asked me to take her shopping, whether it was the mall, the grocery store, could I give her a ride, right? Just using me. Wasn't being intimate with me, right? Nothing like that, right? Just using me. And it got to a point, mind you, I was talking to this girl every single night. It got to a point one day, I just didn't hear from her. It was a weekend, right? Now, mind you, I know where this girl live. I done picked her up. I done been to her house, boom, boom, boom. So I hit her like, you good? You okay? It was like a Friday. Didn't hear nothing back, right? Now, mind you, this is a girl I was talking to every single night, right? I hit her Saturday, like, you good? Nothing back. I hit her Sunday. Now, I said this because I cared about her safety. I didn't say this to be a weirdo, but she tried to make it seem like I was being a weirdo, right? So I said, if you don't text back, I'm pulling up, right? So she texts back like you're a weirdo, like, didn't you get the hint? X, Y, and Z, just dogging me. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck did this come from? I was just talking to you every night. I was just buying you clothes. I was just buying you makeup. I was just taking you grocery shopping. Now you talking about get the hint? What? Right? That shit broke me, bro. I was drinking every night, bro. I was up listening to fucking Drake, nigga. I was fucked up. Cause I really like Shorty. Maybe it was, I don't know if it was cause she was just so bad. But I was really fucking with Shorty. I really was. Right? Then I've had situations where women have just disrespected me, like to the max, right? I've gotten in disagreements with women and I had to cut them off after, but they calling me a bitch. They saying I ain't got no motion. They saying I was a lame, right? She talking about my fucking house. She talking about my car. She talking about everything, right? Just dogging me, disrespecting me, calling me a bitch. I still got the screenshots in my phone, right? Because that shit fuels me, bro. Like, you're not about to talk to me like that as a man, right? And at that time, I was doing okay, but at that time, I took shit to another level, bro. I think I ended up buying a new car, got tatted, right? Got in better shape. But like, I'm saying all this, and I'm not saying this to hate women because I love women, but like, if girls, if y'all watching this, man, y'all got to be careful of what, like, the situations or the things that y'all saying that y'all do to men, because I'm built a little different, but I know it's a lot of men that crash out about shit like this. Luckily enough, I don't know if it was because how I raised or my dad, but like, I use all that shit as fuel and put it into the right shit to become a better man. But there's some men that don't do that. Some men that unalive they self, unalive them, right? But women will put you in some of the darkest times of your life. I've had women make me feel like I wasn't enough financially, right? I've had women, I've taken them on trips. I bought them designer. And it was always something. Rather, they didn't like the hotel, they didn't like the gift I got them, they wanted to return it, right? Whatever the case may be, it was just always something, right? This is something I always struggle with, right? So yeah, I've never, to my knowledge, had a girl like cheat on me, right? Or I walk in the room, she fucking another nigga. I've never had that situation happen to me. What I will say is that I've always had women just make me feel like I wasn't good enough. No matter what it was, whether it was my looks, my status, my money, whatever it wasn't enough, right? But guess what? Now it is! Fellas, I can say 98% of these women I'm talking about have all spent the block. All of them. I'll put screenshots in different videos. I'm not gonna put them in this one because they probably watching this one, right? But they've all spun the block. Every single one of them, 98% of them. I think only one did, and that was the bad one, the one that was a 9 or a 10. She's probably the only one that ain't hit me. But even she had me blocked. I think like a year ago, I found that I was unblocked, right? So all these women spin the block in some way, shape, or form. I don't give a fuck if they did. That shit still fuels me. That shit still motivates me. That shit still burns a fire inside of me every fucking day, every situation. I don't give a fuck how old it was. Like, I'm not bitter towards him, like, oh, I hate him. But that shit make me feel some kind of way as a man. That kills my pride as a man. That's what's gonna make me keep elevating. That's what's gonna make me keep going. Number 3, quitting music. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, I used to do music. I love basketball, I love content creation, I love helping men, but there's probably nothing on this earth that I loved more than doing music, or at least in the process of creating music. There's nothing that I love doing more, and I quit. Right? And I quit because I was letting my friends, my family get in my ear, and women, right? The women I was with at this time, she didn't support me fully, right? And I really liked this girl, and I thought like, damn, I can't really give her the time and attention. I can't really be the best boyfriend I can be if I'm doing music as well. So I stopped. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, right? Then my friends too, like my friends wasn't supporting me all the way. Only my nigga Ja and a couple other people were supporting me with as far as my friends. My family, it was just my mom and my dad. Nobody else really believed in my music, right? So I just letting all of that get in my head, all those thoughts, right? And I quit. I gave up, and it's one of my biggest regrets, right? And I refuse to make that mistake again, right? I refuse to seek validation from other people that don't fucking matter, right? I only get one life. I should be only seeking validation from myself. These motherfuckers not gonna pay my bills. They're not gonna retire my mom. They're not gonna live my life for me. Half of them not gonna speak at my fucking funeral. So why did I give a fuck about what they thought, right? It's not, that girl, she wasn't mine. It was just my turn. That wasn't even my life partner. I'm not even with her no more. Right? So why did I let her affect me stopping something that was my purpose, my passion? Now, God forbid, I don't think that's why he put me on this earth. I think what I'm doing now is my true purpose, why God put me on this earth. But I still have a deep love for music. And I don't like to think of myself as a quitter. Right? But I did. I quit. Right? But I refuse to make that mistake again. Maybe it's because I didn't want it bad enough, but I refuse to make the mistake again. I refuse to seek validation from other people or let other people have an effect on what the fuck I do with my life. What their perception of my potential. Fuck them. Right? So this is definitely one of the biggest burning desires in me. Like the fact that I gave up, the fact I didn't follow my passion. Even though I love what I'm doing now, it still bothers me internally that I gave up. And that's why I go so fucking hard now. That's why I'm not missing no fucking days. That's why all my clients getting results. That's why I'm about to keep shitting on all these hoes. Period. That's why I'm never working a job again. Period. Number 4, my parents. Right? My parents turned me into a monster, but it's for different reasons. I'll start with my father, man. My father sacrificed relationships. My father sacrificed time. My father sacrificed living situations. Like he's moved places for me to put me in a better school system for basketball. He sacrificed money, spent his last on camps, spent his last on shoes for me. Right? All types of shit. I owe my father everything. My father, outside of my grandfather, is the biggest reason I am where I am today. Period. He was the hardest on me when I was a kid. He was waking me up at 5 a.m. He was beating my ass about the littlest shit, right? Making me fucking dress up and go to school. I had to put my phone on the counter at a certain time. Had a fucking behavioral sheet that I had to do. All type of shit, bro. But I thank him for it. Right? And I used to get made fun of when I was a kid because they would be like, oh, your dad is a drill son. Your dad is a drill son. Them same motherfuckers is in my DM asking me for help. Literally. Them same motherfuckers is asking me for help, and they asking me for help because I relied on the discipline and the systems and the routine and the lessons that my father taught me. Right? So while their parents was letting them do what they wanted to do, my father was not. Look at me now. I still have a long way to go, but I'm ahead of, I don't know nobody from my class in high school that's doing better in life than me. I don't. I really don't. All the women got 4 baby daddies and pregnant, and all the niggas is in my DM asking me for help. I don't know nobody doing better than me in my high school class that was making fun of me around that time. I don't. Right? And I love my dad for that. I owe my dad everything. Like that's why I'm so passionate. You hear me say I want to retire my mom and my dad because I just have great parents, bro. I have great parents. Like my dad sacrificed everything for me. Right? And one day I'm going to repay him all. I'm going to repay him back. Period. One day I'm going to give him the world. I promise you. Right? That shit burns a fire inside of me that my dad has to clock in. I hate it. Right? And I owe him everything because he gave everything to me. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be in front of this camera right now speaking like this with so much conviction. Have such strong discipline. Have such strong motivation. Right? Have the physique that I have. He built the foundation for all this shit. I'm not shit without my dad. My dad is him. My dad is the GOAT, bro. I used to think I had the worst dad. I got the best dad. Period. Right? So my dad put that burning desire in my spirit. Anytime I don't want to do something, I'm taking time off his future. I'm taking money away from his future. Right? Just like he gave his present for my future, now I give my present for his. Right? Then you got my mom. I don't understand how every man doesn't feel like this. Why are you okay with your mom working? Why the fuck do you want her to keep doing that? Why the fuck are you okay with your mom clocking in? The woman that gave you birth, the woman that you was in her stomach for 9 fucking months, right? The only woman that's gonna love you unconditionally. I could cuss my mom out for the rest of my life and my mom would love the fuck out of me, right? My mom, the reason I'm so passionate about retiring my mom, yes, of course, because she's a female. My mom is the only one that has loved me unconditionally. I remember when I used to get in trouble when I was younger and I could be in the wrong. And my mom would find a way to put me in the right. I remember any situation, fellas, like my mom loves the fuck out of me, man. Right? Like she doesn't, I don't talk to my mom about everything because I'm a private person. But even when I do, if I'm going through a situation or something embarrassing happens, she never judges me. Right? Both my mom and my dad believe in everything I do. It doesn't matter what I was doing. My parents believed in me. When I had the hoop dreams, they believed in me. When I had the music dreams, they believed in me. Right? When I was doing e-commerce, they believed in me. Doing YouTube, they believed in me. Doing coaching, they believe in me. Right? They have a blind faith, and that's not common. A lot of people tell me like my parents don't want me to do this, they want me to do that. I cannot say the same. Whatever I wanted to do, my parents supported me 1,000%. Right? So I owe everything to them. Right? Like when my mom called me the other day and said, I'm working at Suma. It's bothering me. It's stressing me out. My job is stressing me out. That shit pissed me the fuck off. Right? When everything was going wrong yesterday and I couldn't get my video uploaded, I said, bro, I had a call at fucking 8:30. I said, I'm about to fucking speed to the library. The library closed at 9. I'm getting this video up, right? That's why my video got up a little later than it was supposed to last night, right? But it was because I can't miss no days. I can't fall off. I have to stay locked in for my mom, for my dad, for them. I have to, right? They sacrificed so much for me, it's time for me to sacrifice for them. I'm the chosen one. I've got the talent. I've got the mindset. I've got the discipline. I've got the influence. I'm the chosen one. I have to do it. I have to change my family's trajectory. And a lot of y'all got that same thing in y'all too, but you're fucking lazy. You're not getting the job done. Your mom's gonna keep clocking in. Your dad's gonna keep clocking in because you don't wanna reach your full potential. You don't wanna do what's required for them. If you ain't gonna do it for yourself, nigga, do it for them. Come on! These are the 4 things that turn me into a fucking monster, and I keep telling y'all, I'm not fucking satisfied. I want more. What's next? I'm seeking uncomfortability. I'm seeking pain. I want all the fucking smoke. I will get my lick back. I promise you. That's the video for today. I love y'all. Peace.